Well, this is a bit over the top, don't you think?
Watch your step, Captain. Traps there, and there, over there. Well, just about everywhere.
When does man become marauder? People talk about them as if they've transformed, like they've mutated. I see it in the aetherwave broadcasts, read it in the papers. But beneath their masks, they're only people. Dangerous people with a terrible illness, but people still. When we call a man a marauder, have we given up on him? How do we know when he's become one? How can you decide to give up on someone? Have I given up on Harvey? Who does this suffering serve, I wonder? Spacer's choice? We call them marauders, like they have some kind of group identity. They don't. The name was coined in Edgewater, I think. One of the towns first hit by the Adrenatime crisis. A lonely Spacer's Choice outpost on the edge of a barren sea. A prime place for the company to test a disastrous new product. When the town started fraying at the edges, hardly anyone else in the colony noticed. Just like Lucian planned. I read the reports. Every missing person. Every unexpected death. A town already teetering on the edge, and Adrenatime shoved it off a cliff.
Is this one of those research outposts we're looking for? Wow, get a load of this view.
Hey, not bad for a scrappy little team. This is a fine hideout.
We are receiving an incoming signal, Captain.
Captain, I see you've made some headway on Gorgone. Mother's old work terminal just lit up with a bunch of new protocols. Very exciting. What about Mother's journal? Any progress there? Are you accusing me of deception? Captain, I would never. Can you hear me, Captain? I'm getting some interference on my end. Captain! Captain!
Hello again, little weasel. I must admit, you've surprised me. I threw nearly everything I had at you, and you overcame it all. Well spotted, Captain. We've both played our roles well, but it seems you've got the edge. I may have gravely underestimated you. You were smart to hire him, Wilhelmina. Well done.
Mother! You're alive! And still on Gorgone? I thought she was. Whoever thought a lone scientist could survive for 5 years on Gorgone? This is so you, Mother. Inserting yourself where you aren't needed and at the worst possible time.
Am I disrupting your vanity project? You empty-headed little twit!
Olivia Ambrose doesn't do happy. Have you come back just to ruin everything again, Mother? At least this time I have the power to stop you.
Captain, this is a distraction. Let's set our differences aside and focus on what matters. Adrena time must never be revived.
I may not have told you all of the facts, but I'm going to lay out everything I know. You can decide for yourself what to do with it. By now, you realize that Project Gorgone was devoted to a single drug, adrenatime. A drug that hit the market in spite of calamitous side effects. The project was a colossal failure, but you and I are going to revive it from the ashes. What you've seen is the result of Mother's leadership. I have no intention of repeating her mistakes. Mother's journal contains the activation codes for the adrenatime synthesizer, the key to a new Project Gorgone. We're going to start again. And this time with everything Project Gorgone didn't have. Better R&D, better scientists, clear goals, more funding, and a timeline that makes sense. Trust me, that's plenty. Mother never let me near the family business, but she taught me how not to manage a team. If I can improve the chemistry, I can fix Adrenatime. We can put this colony back on track together.
Finally, a sensible question. I am the head of Project Gorgone, its grand mastermind. I created Adrenatime because I believed, arrogantly, foolishly, that I could uplift the common man through chemistry. I failed. Now, my daughter wants to take up my mantle. Don't be absurd. Minnie is a bright enough girl, but she's weak, flighty. She'd abandon the project at the first minor setback. My work has already destroyed countless lives. We can't let her do so again out of pride and sentiment.
What about my life, Mother? The Ambrose name has no dignity anymore. I can't even show my face around Byzantium without being the gossip of the town. My reputation is a weapon, one that I can wield against those who squandered their one chance to save the colony. Every day, workers slump over from exhaustion. The gears of industry swallow them whole, and no one is coming to help. Adrenatime is the break we can't fit into the schedule. The office with a window we can't afford to build. It's the best this rotten colony can do for people. It's a bandage, not a cure. Halcyon is wounded, and I will do everything in my power to stop the bleeding.
Don't let those bloodless leeches at Spacer's Choice walk you down this perilous path, Wilhelmina. You haven't the fortitude to endure it.
As usual, Mother projects her failures onto me. If she had let me get involved from the start, we might have avoided this calamity altogether. Enlighten me. You've seen Gorgone up close. So tell me, what exactly is so insurmountable that we shouldn't even try?
Precisely. Compound X gets into everything. Air, water, food. Over time, you and everyone you work with will suffer its effects. You will watch the people you love become monsters.
Progress demands sacrifice. We are in the middle of a crisis that will tear this colony apart. And you two are splitting hairs. If I can save the colony and redeem the Ambrose family name, I owe it to myself to try. Mother be damned. Social engineering takes generations, and we don't have the luxury of time. We need to mainline progress into Halcyon's bloodstream. You've seen more of this colony than the average grunt. You know as well as I do that this is a question of survival. With Adrenatime, we can increase worker productivity orders of magnitude above ordinary stems and risk none of the harmful side effects. Imagine if we flooded the market with drugs that actually helped people. We could influence the very business model of Spacer's Choice. We won't be exploiting workers any longer. We'll be celebrating them, giving them everything they need to succeed.
No. This is madness. The project, the complex, it has to be destroyed. Razed to the ground. It's the only way.
We already had our chance. Mother chose to bury the project and drag our family down with it. I won't allow her to make that mistake twice.
In rehabilitating Adrena Time, she would poison Halcyon. No, we are well past the point of compromise. The facility must be destroyed.
I need that facility online, but I can't do it while Mother's still a problem. By now, she'll have shut down the Gorgone reactor. Deal with her however it suits you, and get that facility back up and running.
Don't do this, Wilhelmina. Minnie, don't make this choice.
Adrena Time is our future. It's bigger than money, bigger than family. It's the colony's best hope. If Mother tries to get in your way, you have my permission to defend yourself, no matter the cost.
This is absurd. You must end this madness, Captain. I'm glad you see things clearly. Here's what you must do. Return to my family's manor, Captain. Use the executive override code in my journal to activate the NDA protocol for my terminal. It will destroy the Gorgone drug synthesizer and put an end to Adrena Time for good. One last thing. Minnie. She will try to force you to fight her. You don't have to. In fact, I would ask you not to. Whatever mistakes she might make, she is still my daughter.
Captain, in light of recent events, I'm putting the manor under lockdown. Until Mother is dealt with, anyone who lands here is presumed hostile. Finish the job. I know you won't disappoint me.
Arrived at Ambrose Manor.
Orders to shoot on site. Error. Error.
Stay on your guard, Captain. I don't think she's expecting us.
The jig is up, Cap. I'd wager we're in for a fight.
Jason.
Love a good fight.
Unexpected.
Who could ever come out of a place like this, Captain? Gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Didn't I warn you not to set foot in here until the job was done? You should have listened to my advice. There's nothing to discuss. I can fix Adrena time without you, and certainly without Mother. You wasted your time coming here, and worse, you wasted mine. But I won't let anything stand in the way of progress. Destroy it? You've been listening to Mother, haven't you? She slithered her way into your confidence. Well, I am thoroughly unimpressed. Maybe I am, and maybe I'm not. Why not let the results speak for themselves? No, you just had to get involved. People want to buy clean drugs, and I want to sell them. Under my leadership, Adrena Time will live up to its promise, unlike certain mothers. You surprise me, Captain. Once we fix the chemistry of Adrena Time, the Marauder problem will simply take care of itself.
But a lot of folks are gonna suffer in the meantime, and you don't even know if it'll work.
Yeah, fight horrific science with horrific science. That's always worked out in the past.
The days of the old Adrena Time are numbered, and Marauders are bound for extinction. Insane people addicted to drugs are Mother's problem. Am I to be held accountable for her mess?
It ain't about who's accountable. Those people are hurting, and they're hurting others. You could help them.
Besides, Mother is determined to ruin everything she touches. First Adrena Time, then our family, and now my ambition. Farewell, Captain. If it wasn't already obvious, you're fired.
You've finished it, Captain. You've put Gorgone down once and for all. I only wish that Minnie had seen reason. The good we could have done together. Join me for a toast in the drawing room. I do believe you're due a reward.
After all we've seen of this lady, are we sure this ain't a trap?
Hand to law, Captain. I mean you no harm. Your reasons are your own. I understand. Nonetheless, I owe you my thanks. Let me offer them to you in person. I'll have a drink waiting. Captain, I believe a celebration is in order. The Gorgone project is dead, and we are not. Your motives interest me less than your actions, Captain. What matters is that when forced to choose sides, you picked Halcyons. You're right. I'm sorry. Old habits of debate die hard. Though, of course, that's no excuse. It's funny. When Spacer's Choice released Adrenatime to the public and began the Marauder crisis, and I sabotaged all the Gorgon facilities, I thought that was the end for me. Then you came along and changed everything. I find myself at loose ends now, Captain. What happens next? The satisfaction of a job well done isn't enough for you? I'm only joking, of course. Please take this, with my thanks. It's not much, but you deserve recognition for your efforts. I know your crew played no small part in this as well. Thank you.
Just trying to do my part.
You're welcome, ma'am. I hope you take this life and do something better with it.
Halcyon owes you both a tremendous debt. We couldn't undo the damage Spacer's Choice did to the colony, but we stopped them from ever doing it again. Well, it's time we stop looking back and turn our eyes to the stars. Where will the future lead you, Captain? I'd expect nothing less from the hero of Gorgone. In any case, I do believe this is the end. Law willing, Adrenatime is dead for good, and the Marauders will die out with it. Goodbye, Captain, and thank you again. May the stellar wind be ever at your back.
This unit is under control. For your patience.